They were America's picture-perfect family. The smiling parents, 6 cheerful kids, and that unforgettable theme song that promised every problem could be solved with love. But what if the truth wasn't so perfect? What if behind those bright smiles were secrets no one dared to tell? From fame and heartbreak to hidden battles that nearly destroyed them. This is the shocking, untold story behind Marcia Brady and the cast who defined a generation. Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear will change how you see the Brady Bunch forever. When the Brady Bunch first aired in 1969, no one expected it to become one of the most enduring television shows in history. Critics brushed it off as too wholesome, too simple for a turbulent time. Yet it struck a chord with America. The familiar 3x3 grid of faces became a symbol of unity and optimism. Decades later, its theme song and characters are still woven into the fabric of pop culture. And at the center of that perfect household stood a man who embodied wisdom and calm. Mike Brady, portrayed by Robert Reed. Before he became television's favorite dad, Robert Reed was a serious actor, classically trained at Northwestern University and the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in London. He had already proven his talent in the acclaimed legal drama The Defenders, but fame truly arrived when he stepped into the role of Mike Brady. Reed brought sincerity and stability to the character. Yet the man behind the camera was far more conflicted. He often clashed with the show's creator, Sherwood Schwartz, over its lighthearted tone. Reed wanted realism, but the series was designed to be comforting escapism. Despite his frustration, Robert Reed never failed to deliver a performance that audiences adored. After the show ended in 1974, he pursued more serious roles, earning an Emmy nomination for his part in the groundbreaking miniseries Roots, based on Alex Haley's novel. He later appeared in The Drama Nurse, further proving his range as an actor. But in interviews later in life, Reed admitted that while he was proud of the joy the Brady Bunch gave people, he didn't want to be remembered only as Mike Brady. He once said, "To the degree that it served as a babysitter, I'm glad we did it. But I don't want it on my tombstone." Tragically, Robert Reed passed away in 1992 at just 59 years old from colon cancer. After his death, it was revealed that he had been living with HIV and had kept his homosexuality private, fearing the prejudice of that era. It was a painful secret for a man who gave so much warmth on screen. His co-star Florence Henderson, who played his TV wife Carol Brady, later said, "I don't think the public would have accepted it at that time, but he was one of the kindest, most talented men I ever knew." Florence Henderson herself was already a star before the Brady Bunch made her a household name. Born on Valentine's Day, 1934 in Indiana, she began performing at just 2 years old. Her career took off on Broadway, where she dazzled audiences in Wish You Were Here and Fanny. When she joined the Brady family, her radiant smile and motherly warmth captured America's heart. But Henderson's talents stretched far beyond acting. She became the first woman to guest host The Tonight Show, starred in shows like The King of Queens, 30 Rock, and The Cleveland Show, and even hosted her own program, The Florence Henderson Show. Later in life, she entered the world of reality television, appearing on Dancing with the Stars and charming a new generation. She also shared her love for cooking through her hit series Country Kitchen and Who's Cooking with Florence Henderson. Her life was filled with passion, humor, and kindness. When she passed away on Thanksgiving Day 2016, at the age of 82, tributes poured in from across the world. She had become more than just a TV mom. She was a symbol of optimism that transcended generations. While Carol Brady brought heart to the screen, it was the family's housekeeper, Alice Nelson, played by Ann B. Davis, who brought soul. With her sharp wit and endless affection, Alice became the glue that held the Brady household together. Before joining the cast, Davis had already achieved success with The Bob Cummings Show, where her comedic timing won her 2 Emmy Awards. But nothing compared to the love she received as Alice. After the series ended, Davis chose a quieter life. She joined a religious community in Denver, Colorado, devoting herself to faith, teaching, and even aerobics. In an interview, she once said, "It's obvious I'm where the Lord wants me to be." She lived simply, content and grateful, until her passing in 2014 at the age of 88. Among the children, the eldest, Greg Brady, played by Barry Williams, became the face of teen cool in the early 70s. Williams began acting at 11 and quickly rose to fame as the charming guitar-playing heartthrob of the show. After the series, he pursued music, touring with fellow cast members and releasing several albums. Later, he shifted to musical theater, earning roles in West Side Story, Grease, and The Sound of Music. He also became a radio personality on Sirius XM, hosting shows dedicated to 1970s nostalgia. Decades later, Barry Williams still embraces his connection to the Brady Bunch, performing, appearing at fan conventions, and celebrating the legacy that shaped his life. Then came Eve Plumb, who portrayed Jan Brady, the middle sister forever overshadowed by her famous line, "Marcia, Marcia, Marcia." For many child stars, fame is fleeting, but Eve found ways to evolve. She continued acting in television films, including the gritty Dawn, portrait of a teenage runaway, proving she could handle serious drama. Over time, she discovered a new form of expression: painting. Today, she is a respected artist living in Laguna Beach, California, where her oil and watercolor works sell for thousands of dollars. Through art, Eve Plumb found peace and purpose beyond the screen. Christopher Knight, who played the affable Peter Brady, also forged his own unconventional path. After the show ended, he left acting behind and entered the world of technology, becoming a successful executive in the computer industry, balancing business success with fame from a bygone era. And then there was Maureen McCormick, forever remembered as Marcia Brady, the golden girl of the family. To millions, she was the image of perfection, kind, beautiful, and confident. But behind that flawless smile, Maureen faced deep struggles. After the show ended, she battled addiction, depression, and the heavy weight of being typecast. In her memoir, she revealed how fame had nearly destroyed her. Yet her story is one of remarkable resilience. With the support of her husband, Michael Cummings, whom she married in 1985, and their daughter, Natalie, she rebuilt her life piece by piece. In 2007, she appeared on Celebrity Fit Club, where she openly discussed her fight for recovery and self-worth. The honesty and vulnerability she displayed turned her from a fallen star into an inspiration. Then, in 2016, Maureen returned to the spotlight on Dancing with the Stars, where she captivated audiences once again. Not as Marcia Brady, but as herself, stronger and wiser. In recent years, she has pursued new creative ventures, hosting the renovation show Frozen in Time on Discovery+, combining her love for design and nostalgia. Half a century after it first aired, The Brady Bunch remains more than just a television series. It's a piece of American history. It reminded viewers that families come in all shapes and sizes, and that love, humor, and forgiveness can bridge any divide. Behind the laughter were real people who lived complex, often painful lives. Robert Reed's hidden truth, Florence Henderson's grace, Ann B. Davis's faith, Eve Plumb's creativity, Christopher Knight's reinvention, Barry Williams's perseverance, and Maureen McCormick's redemption. Together, they form a legacy that continues to inspire. So, the next time that familiar tune plays, here's the story of a lovely lady. Remember, it wasn't just a song, it was a legacy. A story of love, loss, and the courage to keep smiling through it all. Which Brady's journey inspired you the most? Tell us in the comments below. And if this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories behind Hollywood's most iconic families. Thanks for watching.